Cracking the Code, Capital One Wire Transfers and Swift Explained. Intro. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever needed to send money internationally? Maybe you're helping out a friend abroad, or maybe you just landed that dream freelance gig with a client across the globe. Whatever the reason, if you bank with Capital One, you might be staring down a confusing term, Swift code. Now, don't worry, this video will be your one-stop shop for understanding Swift codes and using them for your Capital One wire transfer. By the end, you'll be a wire transfer whiz, ready to send money internationally with confidence. So, buckle up, and let's dive into the world of international money transfers. What is a wire transfer? Before we delve into Swift codes, let's take a quick step back. A wire transfer is essentially an electronic way to send money from one bank account to another. Think of it like a digital telegram for your cash. Unlike traditional checks that can take days or even weeks to clear, wire transfers are super fast, often arriving within a couple of business days. Why use a wire transfer? So, when would you use a wire transfer? Well, there are a few reasons. Speed, as mentioned earlier, wire transfers are lightning fast, perfect for urgent payments. Security, since everything happens electronically, wire transfers are generally considered a secure way to send money. International transfers, they're the go-to option for sending money across borders. Okay, but what's a Swift code? Alright, now that we understand wire transfers, let's crack the code on Swift. SWIFT stands for the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. Basically, it's a giant network that connects banks all over the world. Think of it as the international messaging system for banks, allowing them to securely send and receive information, especially when it comes to things like wire transfers. Here's where the code part comes in. Each bank within the SWIFT network has a unique code, which is essentially its address on the network. This code is called a SWIFT code or BIC, Bank Identifier Code. Finding your Capital One SWIFT code. Now, the key question, what's Capital One SWIFT code? Well, there's a slight catch. Capital One actually uses different SWIFT codes depending on the type of banking service you have. The most common code for individual and small business accounts is INFCS 33XXX. However, the XXX part can vary depending on the specific branch location. Don't panic. There are a couple of ways to find the exact code you need. Check your online banking. Most banks, including Capital One, will display your SWIFT code on your online banking platform. Just log in and look for something like wire transfer instructions or international banking. Contact Capital One directly. If you're still unsure, the best option is to reach out to Capital One customer service. They can confirm the exact SWIFT code you need for your specific account. Important tips for using a SWIFT code. Here are some key things to remember when using a SWIFT code for your Capital One wire transfer. Accuracy is crucial. A typo in the SWIFT code can cause delays or even prevent your transfer from going through altogether. Double-check and triple-check the code before submitting your transfer request. Double-check recipient information too. Make sure you have the correct name and account number of the person you're sending money to. Any errors there can also lead to problems. Fees, glorious fees. Be aware that wire transfers, especially international ones, often come with fees. Capital One charges a fee for sending and receiving wire transfers. Make sure you factor these fees into your budget. Beyond Capital One, using Python for data analysis, shift gears here. Alright, that's all you need to know about using Swift codes for Capital One wire transfers. But hey, while we're on the topic of codes, let's take a quick detour. Maybe you're a data whiz interested in exploring financial trends, or perhaps you're working on a personal project involving large datasets. If you're looking to perform a k-means clustering analysis, Python is a fantastic choice. K-means clustering is a popular machine learning technique used to group data points into distinct clusters based on their similarities.